Hey guys and gals, got another one for you today. Today I'm in my Type 59 on Lakeville, not platooned up with Drewski though. So let's see if I can make a good game for you without my platoon buddy. Tier 8, high tier. My strategy on this map usually is take the 2 line. However, in a Type 59, if nobody goes hill, then I'm not going to either, because this thing has sadder than sad gun depression. They also have 2 arties, so I was going to go mid, but then I seen my whole team was going to 8-9-0, so if I'm going to win this match, I feel like I need to win city, make it happen. Definitely shortcutting this and taking a really bad angle towards city. If their scouts were smart, they would have been on the Lakeville or the Lake Road and spotting us. Thankfully, they didn't do that. Our scouts make an advanced push in the city. They both have mics, and they're letting us know that what they're doing. The Holland Hun does not have a mic, the one that's going up there to kill himself, but the other 2 in front of me do have mics, so. They're not really communicating with me, they're just necessarily talking to each other on what they're doing. Alright, so I got shots into this T-34-88 and the heavy tank number 6. And as long as those guys aren't advancing on the C line, I don't have to worry about them yet. So if I got free shots and the guys camping base, I'm going to take advantage of that. They go dark, but I'm going to throw one more shell over there just because there isn't much place for them to hide. They're just pressed up against the mountain. And I don't hit anything. And the nice thing about that too is while I was doing that, my medium tank pushed forward up the 0 line, so we have 4 tanks instead of 3 here. Their Type 59 is oblivious to me on his side, and then I see the T-20 coming in. I get a nice shot into him. My scout tanks say they're going to focus on the T-20. I hit like a gutter on that house, which is indestructible. Our arties are dead. I'm trying to flank this Type 59. Out of all these tanks, I feel like he's going to be the most dangerous, besides the T-69, but the T-69 is limited to so many shots. So the Type 59 hits my gun, and I had just enough angle to shoot down into his hull, and now I'm just waiting for this T-69. I wasn't paying attention to him, so I have no idea if he has shells, or if he's reloading, what he's waiting for. So I'm going to see if I can get shots on these guys while I'm keeping attention to T-69, which pulls out. And I want to try to track him there, because once he's dumped his clip, we can just delete him from the game. So I'm going to aim my shot, and I don't break his track, but I do get his ammo rack. So he's got a miserable reload right now. However, he does have tanks covering him. It's 5-3. We haven't given up the 2 line yet. The scouts start to push, and before I push out, I don't want to get spotted by the T-69. So I'm hoping that they can make quick work of him. But the charioteer kills our stinger. Our Boilermaker threads one through that window to kill the T-69. And I didn't see that dead tank behind the bush, so I ran into him. And Charioteer is going to make a run for it and try to get back. I am kind of worried about Artie here, but we just have to make the push happen. We're up 1, but we definitely have map control, and we still have 2 heavies in the 2 line, so as long as we can put pressure on the cap, we can ease up the pressure on our heavy tanks, or essentially just cap them out if they decide to just fight the 2 heavies and go to our base. I'm full health. I do have 9 pens, so I've done some damage from far, mostly far, but also brawled. Use the armor on the Type 59, which is exceptional when you're high tier, is lousy when you're not. Alright, so this is where I show off the gun depression. I was a little too high on that ridge, so what I want to do is just kind of use my turret armor, poke over here, and I had a shot on his top cap, but I couldn't get to it. Now this Scorpion, I think, just wanted to kill the heavy tank number 6 and get back, but when that 3488 hits him, he just like goes in rage mode and doesn't care that he's driving out in front of a Lycan. So keeping a Scorpion alive is high priority of mine, but unfortunately he dies. So while this Lycan's reloading, I need to make sure that I kill him. Artie comes over here, and to me, I'm not too worried about Artie as long as he's not looking at me. And now the 3488 shooting me in the back. I leave this Artie on 2 hit points. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, so now this 3488 smartens up and damages my track. Put that 13F3 on 31 hit points. Thankfully he misses, which usually French Artie does not. I'm going to shut him down, and now right as I shut him down I get my track back. So I'm going to be able to push on this T-3488. And I do know or recognize that I might be driving in front of some guns here, but I have to take care of this guy. So he doesn't track me. I kind of came over at a strange angle just to make sure that he couldn't. And the 88's penetration is so bad, so as long as I get my frontal armor around to him, he shouldn't be able to pen me. Alright, so now I got a prototype on full health and a T-34 that's on a sliver of health. On my team I have a Boilermaker that's on a sliver of health, and I have a T-28 that is full health but slowly creeping. He's out of the match right now. Alright, so I know I got dead tanks over here and I can get hull down behind them. I see the prototype, and for some reason he doesn't want to engage me. I mean, I'm easily the bigger threat in this situation, but he wants to take my Boilermaker out, which honestly is fine with me. It's going to buy me time to get across this field. I put one in his side, and the prototype does have a decent reload, but I just had enough time to clear that gap. Alright, so now what I want to do is just team up with my T-28, and if I can keep his sides clean, we should be able to close this match out. Unless they penetrate him frontally, which the T-28 has been known to not have the greatest frontal armor, but it usually can do the trick. So, it's a long journey here. I'm going to speed this up. I'm going to go all the way down the lake road. To spot the T-28 Proto. Looks like he was going to try to chase me, and maybe he's going to continue to chase me. I really don't care. If he leaves his T-34, that's going to help us win the game. So, T-28 doesn't have a mic. I let him know I'm on my way. We do have a spectator that's spamming the map. T-34 is still at 82 hit points. T-34 gets a nice shot onto the T-28, and now I'm just telling him and hoping that he can hear me. I'm like, just fall back and wait for me to get into position, because if you lose all your hit points, it's going to be that much harder to close this game out. I give him a fall back in case he doesn't have, like he can't hear me. And they have no idea that I'm here, so I tell him if he falls back and makes them pull out, I essentially can get shots on them, catch them with their pants down. So prototype pulls out. He was actually aimed over here, so he was ready for me, but he misses his shot, and I get my shot in him. I get a second shot in him, and I'm just going to use this little undulation here to cover it up. Now T-28 pulls out again and pays for it, and if I lose my T-28 right now, this is going to be a tough game to close out. So I'm hoping that he's just plays smart, even maybe essentially go down the A line and wrap around to be ready for like flanking shots if they were to all in me. So the T-28 tries to side scrape out. Apparently he doesn't know that his side armor is absolute garbage. If you're in your T-28 prototype, don't side scrape. It's not going to help you. Your best bet is to poke your front out at an angle and not expose your drive wheel. Try to bait a shot and then punish someone for it. So he stares at me. I told the T28 he was staring at me, but I still have no idea if this guy is hearing me or not. It might have been just sheer luck that he knew his position. I tell I tell him as soon as his T34 shoots, we can both go in on him, and he doesn't really push. He just stops to take a shot, and it seemed like it was either a half-aimed shot or not a good shot. And I wanted to make sure that I penned the side of his turret, so I let my reticle aim all the way down and ended up getting my T28 killed. But I didn't lose the game. So I played a lot of games in this Type 59. I get really aggressive with it because it can be really good aggressive tank. However, once people put premium rounds and start blasting the hull, it becomes pretty fragile. I've yet to ace this until this match. So let me get to endgame stats. High caliber, ace tanker, Spartan, sniper, confetti, 5 kills, 4,800 damage, 300 assisted, 1,000 blocked. T28 put 2K down. That was enough to get me through. Without him, there's no way I would have won that unless those two guys completely potatoed. Except I don't think they would have because they were the top 2 on their team. And they combined for 6,500 damage, 3 kills each side. And unfortunately, this T34 just didn't have enough in the end to close out his game. So, good game, Bot Scout. And thank you, Smash Mace, for the assist. Closed that game out. Got my first ace in the Type 59 and got you a good game to watch on YouTube. That's all I got for you guys. I'll check you in the next video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe.